Yeah, we just got back from seeing Black Adam.
Yes.
It was a hell of a movie, to say the least. You can see why like The Rock was so passionate about making it. He said it took him like 15 years to finally convince like DC to actually make the movie with him as the star.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. If Wakanda Forever doesn't live up to its hype, then this would easily be the best superhero film of the year. This is like really like the first great one since Spider-Man No Way Home. Yeah.
You said a lot of movies have been great since then.
No, I'm talking about like superhero films.
Well, you like Thor.
I mean but Thor ain't got nothing on this though.
Admittedly, yes, but still. It's like, because this is a thing that she does. Like, she'll come out of a movie and be like, "Oh my God, this is the greatest movie you've ever seen in my life." And then like a week later, she'll be like, "Nah, it was okay." And I'm like, "Miss thing."
Oh, you never seen me do that with like Barbarian or nothing like that.
That's true, because Barbarian owns bones. And Black Adam jumps those bones and humps them into submission.
Yeah, but like, yeah, you should definitely watch this movie. I know in the comic books, like up until recently, Black Adam didn't really seem too relevant, like talking about it.
Yeah, and I like, just as a compliment, they brought the Justice Society in. We had Dr. Fate. We had Hawkman. We had one of the Atom Smashers. We have someone who's kind of a combination of the original woman with a pot on her head version of Red Tornado mixed with the robot version of Red Tornado, only in this one she's called Cyclone, and she's young and she's hot.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a hell of a movie, and I think like all the actors were great in it. Also, like pretty different from like the usual DC stuff, like the whole Middle Eastern thing going on in it.
Definitely a lot of themes of imperialism.
Yeah.
Sort of imperialism and the big lie.
Yeah, because...
Blanche.
Yeah, because I will say, like, even though for a while in the movie, I know The Rock didn't really talk too much for most of it, he had like quite a presence in it,
He has charisma.
Yeah.
He should play Zorro.
You think so?
No.
Yeah, I'm about to say, that would be quite strange.
It's not that he wouldn't be good for the part. It's just it's very hard to picture him riding a horse in his current, like, slab of beef formation.
He's quite too buff to be in a Zorro costume. Yeah. But like, this movie was like definitely worth the wait, and I'm glad. It seemed like DC's finally getting their act together for good. It seems, because they haven't had a really bad movie in a while now. Something I never thought I'd say.
Yeah, and part of what's making them more successful is they're starting to, in a way that it doesn't seem obvious until you start thinking about it, but they've started respecting the audience's intelligence a bit more. And not just in terms of more fidelity to the comics. It's just that they accept that regardless of what the Jim Cornettes of the world might say, people can accept a person, or a certain premise without necessarily needing their hand held throughout the whole process.
Yeah.
So we're spared a lot of unnecessary backstory that's not important to the plot at hand. So people will just accept, hey, there's a guy called Dr. Fate. He's 100 years old. He has a magic helmet and he can do this and that. There's a guy who can grow really big and his uncle could also grow really big. And so on and so forth. We don't want to get too much in the spoiler territory, but it's like, we have already accepted the premise that, if you say the word Shazam, you get superpowers. So pretty much everything else is all on the table at that point.
Yeah, because like I know, like, had this movie been made a decade ago, much of the movie probably would have been, about like setting up every character's backstory. That probably would have ballooned the time out to probably 2.5 hours, maybe even 3,
Yeah, I guess that's part of what kind of dragged down Batman v Superman, because they were trying to do it in that movie so that they wouldn't have to do it in the Justice League movie.
Yeah.
But they got off on the wrong foot anyway.
Yeah.
Because everyone hated it.
Yeah, and plus they was like, it seemed like they was rushing all the movies out because they trying to keep up with Marvel. In the beginning, anyway.
Well, I will say this though, and I will defend to the death. That thing in Batman v Superman where Lex Luthor tricks that senator lady into drinking a cup of his piss, that is foreshadowed in the movie itself, and it's not the movie's fault that you stop paying attention.
Yeah.
Because there was that whole thing at the earlier hearing where she said something to him like, "Now you can't piss in my cup and tell me it's lemonade," or something like that.
Yeah, I'm just like, so I'm glad DC's like finally, doing things better now. Cause for a while I thought DC was just gonna pretty much be like a pretty much lost cause, compared to Marvel in terms of the movies. But yeah, this is really good. I'm glad we watched it, cause I know how the film critics be. Cause I know on Rotten Tomatoes, this movie's like sitting there, I think 61 the last time I thought.
Well, again, according to Rotten Tomatoes, the greatest movie ever made is Paddington 2. And don't get me wrong, Paddington 2 is pretty good. Is it better than Vertigo? I wouldn't say so.
Yeah, and I'll admit too, like, I think some of the Rock's movies can be a little iffy at times, some of them, but this ain't one of them.
This movie gave him the Paul E treatment because it recognized this is what The Rock does well. Just put him out there doing it and just let it happen.
Yeah. Yeah, because The Rock is at his best, when he's like kicking ass and, and he's just, pretty much being himself.
He doesn't do the people's eyebrow in this movie, though.
Yeah.
So that one I was a little disappointed about, but I get it. It wouldn't have fit this particular character. But it's like when you have Shaq in a movie, you just let him, even if he's playing a different character, you just let him be Shaq and let random acts of Shaqness happen.
Yeah, Shaqness. Yeah, that's just funny.
Yeah, that's what he calls it on his Twitter thing.
But
random acts of Shaqness.
Yeah. But if you like The Rock, you definitely go see this movie. If you do like Black Adam, you won't be disappointed at all. I can't wait for Black Adam to meet Shazam in like a later movie. Maybe it might happen in this next Shazam movie that's coming out in March.
I will say this though. This is honestly one of Pierce Brosnan's better roles in recent years.
Yeah, because he did kind of fall off after the Bond movies.
I think part of the problem was even when he wasn't playing Bond, he was still doing Bond. And, they finally just... I think someone took him aside in this movie and said, "Don't do that. That's not who you are in this."
Yeah, I know. You start getting associated with a role long enough, and then you kind of can't play anything else.
I know it's like asking Rainier Wolfcastle not to be McBain. But when he's in a movie like Undercover Nerd, he can't be McBain. It's just me in front of a brick wall for an hour and a half. It cost $80 million.
I will say, though, there's been a lot of great movies coming out this year. We saw a lot of them, too. Yeah, it's been quite the year, like pretty much all genres of films. Yeah.
The only thing that we really need to cap it off is I need to take this one to see a really great musical in a theater and it'd be like so good that even she's like, yeah, it's pretty good.
No, I don't know if I'm down with that one. You know how I feel about musicals.
Hold on, let me just twist your arm a little bit.
But yeah. There's been a lot of great horror movies coming out this year. There's been a whole lot of like great, like thrillers and all that kind of stuff. And been a lot of great action films. And yeah, can't wait to see what these last couple of months have in store. Of course, we looking forward to Wakanda Forever. That's going to be something right there. But yeah, Black Adam is like something you just need to go ahead to your local theater and just check it out.
And this isn't even like a turn off your brain movie. It's let the movie make sweet love to your brain kind of movie.
Yeah, just sit back, relax, and be prepared to...
Let it rock your world.
Yeah.
Let The Rock rock you all night long.
Yeah. Hell yeah. Well, we got another episode of Wonder Woman Says coming tomorrow. And
yeah, she's making me help her. Bossy.
And then we're gonna have another Wonder Woman says coming probably, if not by Tuesday on Wednesday. Cause their Halloween specials coming on Sunday. So yeah, it's gonna be quite a week for us though.
And we want to give a shout out to our friend Wig Wolf. His kid was in the hospital the other day, so hopefully he's doing a little better. I don't know the details, but apparently he's okay. And also, a dog got into his yard and tried to eat his chickens.
Damn.
So, to the kid and the chickens, we say hang in there.
Yeah, definitely, hang in there. Hope everything be okay.
Did we ever, talk about the chickens in a video?
Not really.
They eat meat.
Yeah, I don't
apparently.
think we did.
Okay, well, that's a story for another time. But
But all right, we about to go ahead and get something to eat before we go home. But like I said, see Black Adam, you'll love it like we did, Yeah.
Love peace and chicken grease.
Yeah.